guys, this is Stephanie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Stuff is going on right now, and I wanted to talk about it. ABC yesterday came out with a... Oh, do you like my burn? I burned myself yesterday on the stove. ABC came out yesterday with a story about... from Disney saying that they still have tons of movies in the pipeline. This is what they call damage control. This is a lie. Okay, let me explain. Collider came out with basically saying that all the standalone movies were on hold. Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, La Da Da, and other, garbage tier websites jumped in. But what these guys know is what a lot of us who have friends in Hollywood also know. They all talk. Okay, so I'm going to read this. This is from a friend, and with some inside baseball information, and basically this came yesterday, that everything from the Obi-Wan movie to the Boba Fett, the works, and I take that to mean everything is on hold until and he said the future of Lucasfilm becomes clear. Then we have today ABC going, no, no, that's damage control. They're talking about it, but don't believe it. It looks to me that Disney is actually running Lucasfilm right now. There is nobody on the head at the head of Lucasfilm. It sounds like full-on disarray. And then I asked him about Johnson's trilogy, and he, and basically it's strongly felt that the trilogy's been dead for a long time. Johnson knows it, and that we're not going to hear them saying they canceled it. It's just going to quietly fade away. What they're trying to do is to get people to forget about The Last Jedi. They know they screwed up. The corporate boys in suits know they screwed up. And I want to tell you guys something. As far to the left as Iger is in his delusions of grandeur that he's going to run for president, he's a businessman. And the bottom line is the most important thing. Being a businessman, he's looking at where the money is, where they're not making money, and they're not making money from Star Wars movies. And I've got more information from Deadline to share with you on how much money these movies actually made. So let's go. And here's something else he wrote. Or I got. The obsession with the dubious remake of The Last Jedi has said he feels that there's a panic going on within Lucasfilm. It's interesting to me. I don't know who these people are. Now, Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers knows who it is. He's not saying who it is, just like I won't let anybody know who my little friend is. And that's fine. But this has set a panic off, and I find it fascinating. You got Seth Rogen jumping in, Chuck Wendig going off on some bizarro, loony freak out for like 17 tweets. You've got Ryan Johnson trying to bait people through this. They're panicking. And Pablo Hidalgo's in on it too now. So, when I go back to saying that everything is dead right now, everything, except for Episode 9, which you're trying to get right, and until the future of Lucasfilm is clear, that tells me that Kennedy is no longer running Lucasfilm, that she has been set aside. They haven't announced it yet. The word fired, Ethan likes to use it. I think asked quietly to step down. And what's going on is the suits at Disney are basically going in and looking at Lucasfilm, seeing who they want to keep, who they want to get rid of. If you remember, Dave Hollis, before he left, said they were going to look in and ask questions of Lucasfilm. There you go. That's what's going on. So, anyway, and I also want to add the leaking to the press about how they're not going to go for untested directors and unusual stories anymore. That was a passive-aggressive jab at Rian Johnson. And that just should tell all of us that he is no longer in charge of any trilogy. He is not running a trilogy. He's not writing anything for them. You know, the trilogy is dead. You don't have to believe me, but it is dead. Okay, so I want to share something with you that I got a few days ago, yesterday, and it's a meme, but it's stuff from Deadline. And it's about just how much money these movies have actually made. Come on. And it's fascinating to me. Come on. All right, come on now. Now it's too big. All right. If I say the F word, it's because this thing is... All right. According to Deadline, 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens was a money printing machine that generated an incredible $780 million in net profit. The Last Jedi generated $418 million in net profit. Rogue One brought in $319 million in net profit. That's roughly $1.5 billion in net profit. Let's be generous and add another billion in net profit for Toys and Home Video. We are now at up to $2.5 billion. And from here, we have to subtract at least a $250 million loss for Solo, the bottom line. Disney is not only still in a deep financial hole, Disney has a damaged brand on its greedy hands. All right. They're not making the money that they thought they would, and it's hurting them bad. You don't want to say that. I fully expect, which makes me know now, that Disney stepped in and people are being chosen to walk the game plank and being thrown off the Sarlacc pit. You can't. They expected $1 billion net in each movie. So 1, 2, 3, there should be $4 billion. I mean, this has not made its money back. I mean, this franchise has not made its money back. And these are Deadline's numbers. And I know that the shills, Chuck Wendig will go, well, that's just a lie. And it made 1.3, billion. That was gross, Chuck. That's gross. Not net. Net is what you get to take home. Okay? So, this is not good. And for them, which is why Disney stepped in quietly and trying to do things behind closed doors to fix what is broken. And as much as I dislike Bob Iger, I don't necessarily blame him. I mean, I do in a way for saying let's just get rid of the EU and let's not do George's... I mean, they're being blamed for not wanting to do George Lucas's 3 trilogy treatment, sequel treatment. But you can also lay the blame for all of that on Kathleen Kennedy, Pablo Hidalgo, Carrie Hart, and the people that run the Story Group, who gleefully in 2013 dumped the EU. And basically lying about it, saying it was convoluted, and then creating their own dumpster fire of a canon. So anyway, what we know is the story from on ABC saying that movies weren't being put on hold is a lie. It is propaganda. It is not the truth. And, we just got to go, okay, we get it. We get it. You guys are in full damage control because you don't want the shareholders to know what's really going on. The problem is the shareholders know, okay? And the story on ABC is basically for our enjoyment. And that's all I've got to say on that. So have a good Friday. Things are heating up again. It looked really dead for about a day or two, then also poof, all this stuff started happening. Look for more things to come out in the press. Look for Disney to come out, leak one thing, and then go into damage control in another way. This is how they do misinformation. This is how they quell panic, and that's what they're doing right now. So anyway, this is Steph signing out. Have a good weekend. Maybe I'll go live tonight. See you around the galaxy.